Welcome to the first ever
video
in-person video episode. If you follow us on Instagram, you've seen my face and Zeph's. And today we have our lovely guest.
Our first guest,
actually. And you're listening to Two Odd Otakus! Yeah! Your weekly anime, video games, and anything pop culture podcast.
I do want to say one thing. Again, thank you all for the support for all the past episodes. Don't forget to like the episode, leave a comment on basically like Google Podcasts, Apple, Spotify. I know you can give a rating.
It's new now, since last month. So leave a review, comment. We actually have questions on our last two episodes. If you guys want to drop your, if you've seen the movies, actually drop like your opinions or whatever.
Why didn't you like it? Why you liked it? And what you thought about it, I guess, overall.
If you're wondering, this is not our normal setup. Our buddy's lending us his house. Our man here, our aficionado for today's episode.
Wow, we introduced him, but not his name. If you guys have been listening...
Waiting.
Oh, you're waiting? Oh, okay. If you've heard our...
audio only too.
Sorry. If you ever heard our previous episodes, we always kind of name a bunch of our like buddies. His name is Ariel. He's one of our closest friends. And what we're going to be talking about today is something that he's very passionate about. He's very knowledgeable. So we wanted him on this episode, on this little debate / discussion.
Yeah, so I know he's been dying to get on.
For a long time. I've been listening since episode 1. Very excited to be part of something finally. And I'm excited to see what the Two Odd Otakus are about. Finally.
Finally.
A little background, I guess, just to give. I met through a job at GameStop. Funny enough, I used to work right across the GameStop, and I'd come in every now and then.
In Dolphin Mall, Miami, obviously.
Yeah, and then that's how I kind of started to meet them one-on-one until I was offered a job as assistant manager there. I guess that's where you get some background as to where I know video games in the industry from, and then the rest is history. And here we are. So.
We've known each other for gonna be 5 years?
No, it's 2018. It's close.
Give us
It's close. That's 4 years.
Now, before we get started on one video game that's like your number one, like you will never get bored of it.
I've always been a huge Pokemon fan. I think you put any Pokemon game in front of me, I'll always like it. But if I didn't have to choose that as a whole franchise, I love Earthbound.
Okay.
I'll name a few, because it's not fair. Earthbound, I love Stardew Valley, and I like Halo.
Okay.
Halo was a game that brought me back into video games when I was this close to leaving it. Like I was at an age close to high school where like, okay, it's either you play sports or you're a nerd, unfortunately, is what they used to call you.
Halo 3 era.
And play games.
Yeah.
My friend had an Xbox at the time, which was like unheard of. The big bastard of an Xbox.
Like the original OGs? Oh, shit.
So I went to his house, and then I'm like, what game is this? Like, he was driving around on a car with a gun in the back of it, and you can pick up these Marines, and then you're exploring this ring world. It was incredible. To me, I'd never seen anything like that.
It's a fucking Puma.
So I was...
For you OGs out there that know that joke.
I was brought into it. I was brought back into video games. And then everything else from there was just... It spiraled into... obsession.
Which leads us to
today's topic,
actually. Not Halo in particular, but the FPS is a part of it, actually.
If you've been living under a rock, it is about the Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard, which is a company very much right now, I don't want to say on its last leg, but last leg of like controversy. It's just been awful what's been going on at Activision Blizzard. Now, I don't want to say it's only Activision Blizzard. This is something that's a problem, unfortunately, in this industry. Specifically, a really tough workplace for women and how they're treated. I kind of want to talk about that. What do you guys think about the whole, everything going on?
Should we give a background for people who don't know?
I mean, I think if you know anything about video games, if you have your weight in salt in it, it would be... I think everybody's heard what's going on. There's a lot of controversy with Blizzard, Riot Games, Activision. I mean, a bunch of people. A lot of it has been settled in court, but you have currently the biggest thing, obviously, before we talk about the major acquisition, is still the big thing with Blizzard and Activision, Bobby, which nobody likes.
Kotick.
Yeah.
He's kind of what you'd call, for better or for worse, he's just an asshole. So he's been a lot of controversy. Obviously, the whole workplace has always been, unfortunately, back in the day, kind of geared towards men. When women would try to get into it,
it was a very male-dominated industry.
Yeah, especially like our age.
Even consumer.
We grew up in the Xbox Live era.
Oh yeah.
First starting, so not to like say the words. Yeah.
Oh, that's a girl on the mic.
That's a girl on the mic.
Speaking of that, I don't know if anyone's ever heard of Dark Sector. There used to be like it was like a multiplayer, one of the first like PS3, Xbox 360 games, and there was an online mode. And I remember like my tag was Curse Sasuke, so it was very. It's Naruto. Like you think, also another industry very male dominated, and they think only men watch anime.
If I would have seen that name, I would have been like,
I don't know who that is. I don't know what that is. And I remember I actually had a mic, like those shitty PlayStation, like the Bluetooth,
the fucking earbud bullshit. Oh my god!
Xbox had the crappy ones.
The long one, the white long one.
It was pretty crappy.
I prefer like that was way more comfy than this one.
It would just break very fast.
Yeah.
And you toss it anywhere, and it's like, okay. Pray to God if it makes it out of wherever you throw it.
Yeah, and I just remember being on the mic and they're like, Curse Sasuke, and I would talk and I'm a girl and they're like, what the hell? You're a girl and you play this game and you play so good and I'm just sitting there like...
The famous line is like, oh, you're a girl, you shouldn't be playing games. Like,
yeah, so if you're a girl playing video games, it was one of two things, ready? One, you're a fat, ugly whore. Two... I think that's it. If you're playing video games and you totally reject the other person, like, oh, that's a girl, you guys want to play or something like that?
Nope.
No? Oh, you're a fat, ugly bitch.
Yeah, it's like,
It's terrible, because I've had a lot of, my cousin grew up playing video games and she was a girl.
Yeah.
A lot of friends playing it and they would experience that. So
it sucks.
It sucks.
And you would think, like, even nowadays, like, they'll try to steer off of that, but... No, sadly.
No.
Like you see all these like streamers, these YouTube content creators, Dev's over here like next to us. Like, come on, bro, it's 2022. Get with the times, bro.
Yeah.
Overwatch still exists, so very toxic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Among other ones.
But personally, because I understand what it's sort of like. What do you guys think of this controversy of what's going on, how they treat women, how the men are the only ones getting they're being moved up and they're taking leadership while the women still stay in the same position that they entered. What do you feel about that?
If you don't mind that, this isn't just in video games, unfortunately. This is as a workplace culture in the United States all around. You'll talk about finance, you talk about retail, talk about anything. It's almost driven a lot by, unfortunately, by men, where women still get paid a certain percentage under men do. So I have been seeing lately, at least in my workplace, a lot of leadership in women, which is great. I just for an example, maybe a small example, but out of the leadership in where we work, it is, I think, 3 male managers compared to about 8 or 9 females, and that's including district managers as well. Where the ladies are running the business and they're doing a great job. They're making a lot of money for the company and they're making great decisions. I feel like we should I would love to see that more, but you fortunately see a lot of backward stuff, and it's a very toxic work culture still.
Yeah,
in many places.
Absolutely. What about you, Matt?
Kind of like backtracking on that, like what you guys were saying, like even now we're seeing more women in the industry.
A lot of streamers, a lot of content creators,
like I mentioned earlier. We're seeing voice actresses like up and coming. We're seeing some of them are like, even like if you want to go as far into the company and go the IT department, I guess, like let's say we're talking about Blizzard now, Blizzard. So we're seeing like women step up into like, you're seeing these women like come in and like where it was a male dominant industry before, and now it's like you don't see that anymore. But yet there's still this gatekeep. If I'm making any sense.
Yeah, and nothing ever makes me happier than seeing, for example, a game designer or a concept artist, and it's a woman, and they make all these like amazing characters, environments, story, because they could be writers too, obviously. But it gets me super happy because the whole simp night that we had.
Oh yeah, on Saturday.
And it just made me it just makes me happy to see a lot of like female characters.
Like I want to kind of so they understand what we're talking about. Like so Saturday we had Sim Night where you was laughing. For the people who don't know, you kind of present like your waifus or bundles of like any games or anime. Like
any type of fiction,
any fiction, right? Yeah.
Or non.
Yeah, you're right.
Did somebody present like some actors, actresses?
Yeah. Franny did.
There you go.
Yeah. So like.
Well, Franny, maybe shout out.
Hey,
her podcast.
Geeks and Goddesses, yeah.
New episode, check it out. See, literally, he's got your back. The Chiefs got you if you're listening.
I bringing up Sim Night because how you were saying it. You brought
up Lightning.
Yeah, and for those who don't know, Lightning is from Final Fantasy 13. She means the world to me just for the fact of growing up, there wasn't a lot of female characters. It was mostly male-driven, male-focused. And if there was like a group of characters, maybe like one female character, and I had to explain the reason why I love Lightning so much is because I lean into both the male and female spectrum when it comes to like pronouns. I relate very much with men because that's all I've known most of my life. And when Lightning came around, I was almost I hate saying it, but I was almost ashamed to be a woman, and I just didn't like it. I didn't want to be a girl. And when Lightning was introduced into the scene, I played the game reluctantly. I was actually not a fan of Final Fantasy 13. It ended up becoming one of my most favorite games of all time. And yeah, it just made me so happy to have women in this scene, and not just women, like a powerful woman, not just like a Zelda or a Peach. You had Tomb Raider, Shepard from Mass Effect, Lightning, Samus from Metroid. We were having a lot of these strong female women, and I just thought that was super cool.
Well, now you have a lot of it now. You have Last of Us, you have Horizon.
Yeah.
You're seeing it everywhere more commonly. Even Gears of War. The latest Gears of War was driven by your female antagonist.
Mm-hmm.
Ladies, yeah.
We're getting a lot more of that. We're getting Horizon next month.
Yeah,
that's another good game. And it's a very fun game.
Yeah.
So
it's just sad to see this happening to women in this. As we're saying, it's not only in the video game industry, but animation, movies, everywhere. It's awful. I guess we can go into how much Activision Blizzard was bought from Microsoft, how much they spent on this huge conglomerate.
Before you say how much, I want both your opinions. Do you think that's a lot?
Absolutely. That's
a lot. I never thought. I know Blizzard was so big, but I didn't think.
I want to the reason why I'm asking you is okay. So you guys know who Jeff Keighley is. Right, so for whoever's watching and people listening to audio, Jeff Keighley is like a big, old school game trailers guy. He used to host game trailers. He's like a video game journalist. He's basically the one who created the Video Game Awards. So when this first was announced, he was saying the other big companies how much there are on the market cap. So EA is 38 billion. Take-Two is 18 billion. And just the list goes on. Ubisoft 7, Konami's 6, Square Enix, which you think will be more, it's not. It's actually 5.6, and so is Capcom. So Capcom's 4.9.
I also feel they're low.
Yeah.
I think Square Enix especially went low because of the Final Fantasy 15. How they canceled all those DLCs, they put all that money into it.
Not only that, which is this one makes sense. And Bandai Namco, because of all their anime games, and obviously
they've been making a killing on that.
But I just wanted to throw that out there. That's why I'm asking you, what do you guys think on that?
Obviously, I guess I'll cover really quick. Is if you haven't heard, obviously Microsoft acquired Activision Blizzard really quick. Massive deal of, I can say the number now.
Yeah.
Close to 70 billion, which is approximately 68.7 billion. When I tell myself, obviously that's a lot of money, I always like to remind myself that 1 billion is $999 million.
Oh my God.
Say that 68 times. That is a lot of money.
Yeah.
But when you think Activision Blizzard, usually the first two things in your mind that come up are going to be Call of Duty and World of Warcraft, or unless you've been playing Diablo or you're a big Overwatch fan.
Overwatch.
So those are two major
And the biggest thing, I'm sorry to cut you off,
No.
it's just crazy how they are almost 70 billion while Bethesda was around 7.5. Like, only like, let's say, we'll round it off to 8 billion. 8 billion compared to 70 billion? I mean, 8 billion is a lot, but 70 billion? That's nuts.
Obviously, including all the assets, because you're talking about all the franchises that are now acquired by Microsoft. You're talking about Spyro.
Yeah.
Spyro's no longer
right.
console anymore.
And we haven't had how long?
I don't know if you guys know this, but Spyro and Crash, because they also acquired Crash because Toys for Bob is owned by Activision. And I don't know if everyone knows this, but Crash and Spyro were on the 360.
I don't remember Spyro being on.
Yes, it was like some one-off.
Yeah.
It wasn't that good. Crash was Crash of the Mutants. You know, he was also on 360.
We got Crash 4 too recently.
Yeah.
Real quick. Also, another big acquisition that people tend to. Well, it's not that people tend to forget. It's just only because we don't play it. I mean, we all know World of Warcraft and we all know Call of Duty, whether we play it or not. But Candy Crush, it's massive. They make massive amounts of money on mobile. It's stupid amount of money. I still know people who play it like a lot. Because it's such a simple.
Remember Liz, our boss, played Candy Crush every day.
So the last Spyro game, if you want to count it, which was the trilogy remastered, 2018.
Yeah, that was on the Xbox One.
Okay.
Yeah,
on the Xbox One.
If you want to count that one,
PS4.
That's the last one.
I mean, you know, the biggest part of this acquisition of Microsoft absorbing Activision and Blizzard is they want to bring their games to Game Pass. Game Pass has been a wildly successful model for them now. They've increased their subscribers. They've reported a lot of profit from last year.
That's what I ask you.
Yep, a lot of profit. A lot of subscribers too.
You know more into it and like follow it. Do you say that's like their biggest moneymaker?
Right now, it's absolutely. I'm not gonna tell you that right now that Microsoft has games, but they have a problem with their unique first party games.
Yeah. Which I think has always been their problem, honestly.
They used to be kind of not like that wasn't their problem for a while, and then it turned into it. Xbox One.
If you want to do the 360 area,
right?
They had a slow start to Xbox One.
The Xbox One was terrible. I mean, it was a terrible start.
I think that was their less sold console compared to the Xbox, and even the 360.
Yeah, because remember the Xbox had some pretty good exclusives. They had Jet Empire. Yes. They had Knights of the Republic.
You're right.
They had some awesome stuff. Halo,
Gears of War.
Yep. But that 360 Gears of War. But
that
was massive. That was a massive.
Just imagine how long ago the 360 came out. It's been a long time, like 2006.
There's a documentary covering it.
Maybe
there's a documentary covering it. You can see it on YouTube anywhere about how Microsoft's first start into video games. It started off well, then bad, then good, then bad. They outlined a lot of the bad, including the Red Rings. That was terrible.
That was awful. I went through a couple.
The Kinect.
I got the 360 when that was already probably more than half through its life cycle. I got a 360 for free, and I was just kind of like, okay, this is cool.
They had a Kinect catastrophe where it was they tried to
force it. I don't know why.
Yeah, like with every bundle. Right. I remember that.
They were bundling it. Yeah.
They're trying to capitalize clearly on the success that Nintendo had with the Wii.
Right. The whole even Sony and their PlayStation Move was terrible.
The
Kinect was terrible. The Wii, for me, still the Wii is okay, but it was better than
Wii Sports.
That was like a time that the video game industry was.
It was a gimmick.
It was like a gimmick. Everyone was like, "Oh, let's be active," and such and such. And then like every fucking game out there was trying to be bundled with something regarding these three, and it's like I don't.
I believe, if I'm not mistaken,
I'm not saying being active is bad. It's just like. If I'm playing video games, I want to play video games. I want to fucking...
And when you mention that, because I want to even say that Sony were the first to do sort of like motion mocap, the PlayStation iToy. I don't know if you guys remember that.
Oh my god,
PlayStation 2. A lot of the games, it would kind of like this, like our camera. It was a small little camera. Yeah. You'd obviously have to mount it. And a lot of the games, like you were put in the game. You get me? Like it would capture your image. It looked like you were almost in a green screen because if you weren't like close to it, you fade and it wouldn't capture your emotions. Yeah. Also a gimmick, but really, like the games are really, really fun.
I remember like that, but that's the thing. They didn't market that one
It didn't sell very well.
I'm gonna tell you now, Nintendo's always had a firm grasp on that market, especially the handhelds as well.
Right.
Everybody liked the PSP. As far as I'm concerned, I really liked the PSP. But it couldn't hold a candle to Nintendo. And when you talk about it, the PSP is way technological. Way more technology.
Microsoft never even did a handheld, and many for years they were saying that they were gonna.
They never did, and I'm glad they didn't. Honestly, they can't. You can't compete.
I missed the PSP. I missed the Vita.
Oh, for sure.
They had such.
I never had a Vita, but like just the PSP alone, it was like
technology-wise though. When you compare the PSP with the DS, Nintendo DS,
it
blows the DS out of the water.
Yeah.
But one thing.
Remember when the PSP was known for? You can play movies on this. You know what I mean? You can play movies, music videos, video games.
On a quick side note, I had a Zune. I don't know if you guys remember.
I remember.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah.
For a time,
Holy shit.
I want to say, at least in my school, it almost overtook the iPod because everybody wanted to buy it because it was so freaking cool.
So that should answer anybody's questions about how much I kind of am into Microsoft. I had a Zune. I had a chance to get an iPod.
Yeah, I got an iPod. I'm an Apple whore.
No, I like Apple, but I had a Zune. It was fun, and then boom, shut down.
Very different.
Market shut down, whatever.
Yeah, they had the Zune store if I remember correctly too.
He has a lab, and the lab is like
yes. But back to we veered off a little bit, which is obviously with video games there's so much to talk about. Back to the acquisition of Activision Blizzard by Microsoft, rounded out to close to $70 billion, and Nintendo's Microsoft's still not done.
Do you guys know how much Nintendo's worth? Because I didn't see it on the list.
I think I have it now.
There's something billion too. They're not trillion.
It is fucking
50. The market cap is 55.96 billion.
Right here, recently, out of Nintendo, as of recently, net worth as of January 21st, 2022, is $61.63 billion.
Look at that, and that's you're comparing a first party company. I need to make a console,
and I don't
to a third party company.
I don't want to because I want to kind of say this, but I guess I can bring it up again in regards to Microsoft's worth versus Sony's worth. Because at the end of the day, this is Microsoft throwing like the big money because they are worth $1 trillion. So they have money to just throw.
Yeah.
While as, again, look at Nintendo, a beast, what started the video game industry, they're only worth $61 billion. And just look at Microsoft. Obviously, there is a reason why they're worth so much because they're not only video games, they're computers. Ariel even told me they work with the army, with hospitals, with that technology.
The flight simulator we're
talking
about.
But Microsoft is $1 trillion, so they could just roll that money in the air and land it somewhere in like helicopters or whatever.
They make most of their money off Windows.
The most of the money they actually make, I researched earlier, was cloud-based services.
Oh, there you go. Holy shit.
For servers, cloud-based memory, storage, stuff like that.
Which is what they
and countless other services. They also own LinkedIn. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
Yeah, they did.
I don't really use LinkedIn.
Well then.
Some stuff that Microsoft owns. Just curious. ZeniMax.
But Skype is dead. I don't even think
Skype is still used, especially during the quarantine days.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but they said they were shutting that shit.
I don't know, but I know it had a rise. Quarantine, sorry.
They own Nokia's phone division.
I did not. When did they acquire that?
Obviously, they own Minecraft.
Oh, that, yeah.
And a few other things here. But yeah, they're Microsoft's one of the places. Obviously, it's never going to go anywhere.
No, and especially like the more money they're investing into it, like whatever it is, no. And like Zeph just said it, like they're into the military, and you're not gonna fucking go anywhere. The government's gonna fuck you up the ass, like up the wazoo.
Yeah.
A question I wanted to ask you guys: what do you think this means for not just Sony, but maybe Nintendo, maybe other companies out there? Sega. Do you think other people get bought? Do you think people stand still?
I hope it doesn't turn into a buyout game.
Yeah, that's
because then it's like what you and me were talking about the other day watching with her. It's we as any industry strive on competition.
Competition is good,
and it's like if there's no competition, it's gonna be like a fucking stale piece of bread.
Yep, and that's the only choice.
Yeah,
correct.
So I kind of hope it doesn't turn into a buyout game. Because honestly, Sony doesn't have that type of money.
They're worth $80 billion. They're actually worth more than Nintendo. But the thing is, Sony again, it's not only video games. It's like TVs, cameras, movies. Music. Music as well. Yeah, you're right. So they're actually worth more than Nintendo. I'm surprised. They're $80 billion. Sony doesn't have the fuck you money to just start buying left and right. I think, and I spoke to this with my significant other. Me and Gabe were talking that they should just buy Square Enix. If they work with Square so much that they should just at least buy. I believe they should buy certain publishers, certain Japanese.
Okay, fair enough. Because if that is one company they will buy, I would obviously go with Square because Sony's don't. They've been their
Even
history.
Capcom and Square.
You know what? Yeah, I have to agree. At first, I could be like, no, but then yes, it makes sense because both those two companies alone have a huge history with Sony.
They do.
Like it runs deep.
Exactly.
Like the PlayStation 1 era. Like you had Street Fighter on it. Obviously, you had Street Fighter on Nintendo on the other shit, but
and Kojima Productions. Why don't they buy Kojima? Everyone has.
Well, I think they own Kojima.
You forget. Remember, Kojima's doing a game for Xbox now.
That's right.
Yeah, they don't.
That's right.
So he made his own company,
so but, multi-platform.
But they had he had a contract for Death Stranding. Because I had asked Gabe. Gabe goes, no, they actually didn't buy them, and I think they should because everyone and their mother, at least for me.
If I'm correct on this, I think they funded opening his studio. So
yes, they did.
Shit of not funding that studio. And not only that, he wants to go into movies now. He wants to be a director.
Really?
Yeah, he wants to. He's always been wanting to do that. He's a fucking movie buff. So just buy him.
That's what I would do.
You're only one of the geniuses under your company. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
Everyone has a dick out for fucking Kojima. I mean, personally, I don't, but I know
think about it. His games sell. So you're like, no.
I don't know. Like, I know the only one that I really know is obviously Metal Gear.
But that's it. That's all you need. And the thing is, all you need is one hit.
Yeah.
And I hate to say it, but it's true. Like, Metal Gear is a huge hit.
For that, they have to buy Konami.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, overall, like, Square Enix has multiple hits.
Yeah.
But if they only ever came out with Final Fantasy, there'll always be a hit. Because Final Fantasy is a tremendous
not only that,
success.
If you really want to, go dig into deep of the Final Fantasy, part of that, 14 is on PC. But let's say, hypothetically, Sony buys them, and it's like, fuck it, cut the service over to PC, keep it running on just PlayStation.
Right, hypothetically.
Let's talk Activision really quick. Okay. What if Activision only had one hit? And what if that one hit was just Call of Duty? They'd be alright.
You're right.
Yeah.
Because people are going to fucking constantly buy every...
People are going to pick
and not only that...
even if we don't anymore.
And not only that, the news that they want to go, bi-yearly now.
To me, that'd be great.
Which was what we've been asking for.
I don't think they ever will because they've been saying that for so many years. That, we're going to do it every 2 years, 3 years.
With new leadership, maybe not this year, obviously, but with new leadership in the future, it could be.
Yeah.
Maybe not within this year, maybe not even next year, maybe 3-4 years from now, maybe.
Like they said, they got how many? I have it here open.
Oh, you're wrong.
Okay, so the next 3 Call of Duties, they still want to keep on PlayStation.
Yeah, so right now, any existing contract that Activision and Blizzard have with Sony Gaming is going to be honored, at least for the next 2 years or so.
Sorry to interrupt, because you literally just said that for a lot of people who think that they already are bought, it is pending until next year around June, July. You know how they have that period where, they're it's being negotiated. And at this point, it is going to go through. It's not going to go through. But nothing is set in stone until 2023.
Yeah, if you really
the deal, is expected to be finished between this year, June, or latest next year, June, July.
Yeah,
right.
That's what they're
that makes sense. If you want to go back into
Sony
buying Crunchyroll.
Yeah, there you go. That was a great acquisition.
That was
absolutely.
So it took them a year almost because then they also had the
didn't they get
investigation. They have Funimation 2018.
Yeah, Funimation and Crunchyroll, which is the 2 biggest platforms.
So they are a large majority of the fucking anime industry.
What
were you saying that Activision?
Obviously for the next 3 years, they plan to to honor their contracts with Sony and every other console. But personally, I don't think we're ever going to see Call of Duty become console exclusive. And if it ever does become exclusive to Xbox, you have to remember that it's also going to be on PC. A lot of people are leaning on PCs nowadays.
Because
yes and no. It's very expensive.
Yeah, good luck getting
right.
Very, very expensive.
Not only that is you can get a cheaper thing. My thing is for refurbished, and it's not a price of a
Don't
PC.
make fun of your
I love this is my baby, bro. It does everything for us right now.
It's just for me, like, in my opinion, right now to get a computer, people are like, oh yeah, PC. Do you know how Gabe spent an arm and a leg for his PC? He doesn't even have the best graphics card.
I saw the money.
It's stupid expensive right now. For me, I think a console is better right now than a PC because of how
I've always been more comfortable.
Well, yeah,
on a console.
Right.
Yeah.
And
granted, this isn't what we're talking about now, but it's just
it's not only that. It's like, but what I'm trying to say is Game Pass is now available on PC. Oh, we were playing Halo the other day.
Yeah.
Right.
Sea of Thieves.
Sea of Thieves, that's right.
We played Sea of Thieves a little bit, yeah. There's the countless things that we could all play. You even were going to get on Halo and play with us, remember?
Yeah.
A little snafu, but you can still do it. You were about to do it. That's not the point of it.
Fucking Microsoft and their shitty ass Outlook support. Their email sucks! Anyways.
Point is, as far as exclusivity going on here forward, Bethesda's already made it clear. Elder Scrolls and Starfield will be exclusive, but also to PC.
Well, they said said all of their games.
Yeah.
I had read them that all of their games are going to be.
Just name two of the top.
Which sucks because reading your notes, I saw you
for Tango because they have Tango.
That's right,
Game Ghost. Thank God that Ghostwire.
Wolfenstein. That's my main concern. I'm a huge Wolfenstein fan.
Doom.
I want fucking part 3. Where the fuck's part 3?
So imagine
now that they're exclusive, I'm like, fuck.
Yeah, and the thing is, Ghostwire.
No, then you have a PC.
It's true.
Go
back to that. Yeah.
Ghostwire does. They're in that contract. I assume with Activision, it is going to come out for PlayStation.
Absolutely, it still is. That would not.
Yeah.
I think so because.
But imagine they make a Ghostwire 2, you're fucked.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
they want to go to the exclusive route. Yeah.
Yeah, if all their things are going to be exclusive, Doom, Dishonored, obviously Wolfenstein, the Elder Scrolls. If they make more stuff like Starfield, and what's funny is when I was looking into this one's Activision, but Fallout, Prey, which was also for me it was a really good game.
Prey was great.
Even Within.
Outer World, right? No, that's this other studio. Sorry,
that's the one who made New Vegas.
New Vegas, yeah.
Obsidian.
Obsidian. They're
multi-platform.
Yeah.
That was the best Fallout.
So they have all those exclusives plus Activision. Is Call of Duty only gonna be on Xbox? Is Overwatch 2 gonna only be on Xbox and PC now? And when I say Xbox, it's also I'm also saying PC. But I just want to talk consoles. But let's not I guess even mention PC because it's obviously gonna be on PC.
So now, since we're on that topic, since you said Overwatch. Do you think this acquisition now is going to kind of not rush it, but put it back on track of being released? Overwatch 2?
They need a clean house. They need a clean house and really change leaders or something like that because I don't even know. The workers were on strike with literal signs. They don't want to work until there's change, and I agree with that. Even if Microsoft did buy them. Whatever the hell his name is, Phil Spencer has to do something because for right now, at least Bob, he's gonna be there until everyone's gonna report to him until it's finalized, and even then, they're even saying they're still gonna keep him.
Something about that. I saw something about Uni this morning.
Raven Studios.
Okay, that's what it was.
Raven Studios works closely with Activision with some of their Call of Duty titles.
And they even did, I think,
Unionize. They're one of the first.
Call of Duty Home, right?
Wow.
They're one of the first video game companies, software that have unionized. Yeah. And unionizing is a huge thing.
Yeah.
Some of our listeners
for the workers.
Some of our listeners who might work at Starbucks or so will know, or maybe have heard that some of their Starbucks stores in states up north have unionized as well. So this is a big thing at a company as big as Raven, who deals with big games like Call of Duty, I believe Raven also deals with, I want to say Tony Hawk. They help with it, I think.
I think they helped. I think so.
I might be wrong, but speaking on that, huge deal. And I agree with what Zephy said. Everything pretty much he just said is 100% on the spot. They need a clean house first. I believe they're still working on Overwatch 2 and other titles like that.
It's on hold right now. It's literally on pause. Okay. It's on pause. Every project. Well, they had just announced also. Did you see that? It's a new they literally announced
survival game. Yeah, and everybody's commenting on
I saw that.
Everybody's commenting Xbox exclusive, PC, this and that.
It's gonna be both.
PC
and Xbox. It's gonna be on both. That's a hello.
Also, I wanted to talk about some of Activision's franchises that they own, which now belong to Xbox.
Speaking of that,
you have obviously Call of Duty. Everybody knows Call of Duty, whether you played it or not. Then you have things like Sekiro.
That's right.
The thing is,
that's right.
And Tony Hawk,
Pro Skater.
Also,
making that revival.
The thing is, FromSoft.
I know they deal with different studios.
Maybe Sekiro, but not stuff like Dark Souls or Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I that's a little tricky because while they are the publisher of that, they don't own From Software. I don't know how that would work.
They also have, going back to what we were talking about earlier, they have Spiral, they got Crash.
Guitar Hero.
Please,
Guitar Hero.
that's exactly what I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
Look, fucking do something. Guitar Hero, DJ Hero,
Please.
Band Hero. I don't care what.
But
try to find an instrument.
Bring harmonics back,
for the PlayStation or the Xbox One. Good luck.
Well,
not spending more than $200.
Phil said that he's talking about like bringing back some of those dormant ones,
those old,
and everyone was like, "Oh, Guitar Hero
prototype."
Dude, that's fantastic.
I remember
such a good one.
when that and Infamous came out. That was so good, man.
That was a heat fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, Guitar Hero is a definite. Oh, we're playing Rock Band.
Exactly.
So that's a definite big one. I think a lot of people will be happy to bring it back because not only what do you mean shit game? It's a party game. It's a fucking party game that everyone likes.
It's been a long time since we had Rock Band or Guitar Hero. It's crazy. And now that Microsoft has that,
100%. The big thing also, obviously, with Blizzard, everybody knows that Blizzard and World of Warcraft is a thing.
Right.
Everybody might know that Blizzard has gone through obviously all the controversy we talked about earlier. They did not have a stellar 2021 at all.
No.
Marred with consistent controversy.
Yeah.
That and a lot of people were migrating to Final Fantasy 14, which is arguably now going to be the number one MMO because of, again, a lot of streamers that were with Blizzard. Streamers make your money. They're part of the reason why they make your money because it's free marketing. And when people like that streamer and that streamer goes, let's say one day a streamer's playing Square Enix. Square Enix makes a fuck ton of money because this particular streamer is playing it. Okay. A lot of streamers that played WoW went to Final Fantasy 14. And a lot of people have stopped playing. I'm not saying that they're gonna WoW is dead, but I'm saying they lost a lot of players. The one that Danny follows or whatever.
Yeah, he jumped ship. He went
to Final Fantasy 14.
He's like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then he has TikToks of him bashing like, wow, that's it.
So this is a big get that Microsoft wants. They are now going to own Blizzard, and hopefully there's a lot of optimism in the future. A lot of employees have expressed that, okay, well, maybe things will get better once Bobby steps down and a bunch of other people are spending away from the company.
A lot of leadership,
So right now we had, Blizzard on a downward for 2021. Now we're kind of at a flat because now it could be a positive future. Microsoft's work culture, and they haven't really been known for any scandals or anything like that.
Right.
At least that we're familiar with. But correct me if I'm wrong. But hopefully this now leads into something positive. World of Warcraft used to be a behemoth of its own genre.
Right.
It used to be synonymous with video games. You used to say video games, people say World of Warcraft.
And I want to even say, not that they were going downhill, but they were losing fan base too for the way, the last couple BlizzCons, their content, for Classic and all that, has just been going downhill too. I don't know if this has anything to do with this starting the whole workplace thing, but a lot of the content that they've been releasing, a lot of people haven't enjoyed. Even before this whole the controversy just makes it worse. The whole work environment just absolutely destroyed them.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. When you say wow, one of the videos that came in my head is Leroy Jenkins. Just one of the best wow videos of all time.
Sorry. But
you know it was staged?
Yeah, I know. I found that out. Fuck, bro.
It wasn't real.
It was staged. Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's some client. They were like, fuck. Oh, but whatever. It is what it is. But since we're on WoW, do you guys think now, since the accusation is happening, you probably don't want to go with this, do you think they will seize the opportunity and go, you know what, fuck it, we can go WoW on Xbox?
I 100% believe that's why they did it.
Final Fantasy is on PlayStation and PC.
I 100% believe that's why they did it. They acquired it to now look. I don't know if WoW had a declining player base or not.
They did.
For sure. Okay, so this was a great way to bring it back up. If you put WoW on Game Pass, which is for sure what they're going to do, There's no way they're going to get all these popular games and not put it on Game
Well,
Pass.
Because they did it with Diablo.
I don't know how an MMO would work because that's how they make their money.
Remember, Game
doing
Pass
the
for PC as well. But you pay for the Game Pass.
My thing with Game Pass is that I don't
do some deal, maybe?
Could be.
I don't know how it is, and I've talked to a lot of people about this, and we all scratch our heads like how. I don't know how Game Pass breaks up the money for like the developers and the publisher, if that makes sense. Like I don't know how much I just don't know how it's distributed. I'm not gonna say I know because I don't, but I've just always been against the subscription base.
I'm trying to find the sub count. They don't release their sub count.
Oh wow, like Blizzard?
Blizzard doesn't release it. But apparently the suggested player count for 2020 was 4.88 million. That's apparently their count for 2020.
Right. I mean, that makes
I'm trying
sense.
to find like the price for the sub.
I've never.
So apparently it's $14.99.
Yeah, like $15. Like same thing as Final Fantasy. $14.99. So $15 basically.
So to answer your question, I don't have a for sure 100% definite answer on how Game Pass makes money, even for Microsoft. How does that make money for them?
Yeah.
How does that make money for other developers to put the games on it?
Yeah.
Now, people have argued that putting your game on Game Pass, for example, let's put a game that has a lot of DLC out. But let's just put the game Destiny. Actually, they did it with Destiny.
That's right.
They put Destiny on the Game Pass, and along with some of the DLCs. Maybe I'm a casual gamer that gets into, wow, Destiny's great. And, oh, wow, all these DLCs are cool too. And there's 2 more DLCs for sale. Hey, you know what? I really liked it. I'm going to go buy that now that I have this on the Game Pass. Right. So you go buy that. Maybe a gamer like you, for example, will put, remember, what's the game, the people who, Nod. What's that game?
Life is Strange.
No, the other one. The first.
What she was playing at your house?
Tell me why.
Tell me why. Sorry, there you go. Say they put Tell Me Why on the Game Pass. You like it, you're playing it. Man, you know what? I want to own this game. For having Game Pass, you get a certain discount off of that game.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So let's say you want to keep that game for good, they give you a discount for having the Game Pass. So I believe Game Pass gets you to play games you didn't think you'd ever play. But as far as everything else, I don't know. I'll be honest with you.
It's like PlayStation Plus, but unfortunately PlayStation Plus doesn't have that.
What?
They have certain games free for one for PS4.
But I'm gonna tell you right now,
PlayStation has been hitting it, like Persona, Uncharted, Tomb Raider. They've been giving a lot of recently, because not always. Yeah, they've been giving out good games for PlayStation Plus owners, which is obviously not the same as Game Pass. PlayStation Now, right. But I don't want to get into this heated argument about Game Pass because, again, I'm a firm believer. When it's digital, you don't really own it. I do not like this whole... Well, I understand it saves you money. I just don't like the whole Netflix subscription-based, I like my games physical. I'm old school. Yes, it does take up a lot of space because that's a lot of the argument. Oh, but you don't have space.
Since we're on that topic of the whole Netflix subscription, we're talking about Game Pass. There's been rumors now, apparently, and also this is a lot of speculation, that seeing IGN and GameSpot kind of throwing this out there. Now that the whole acquisition is happening and Game Pass is such a big thing, you think the Sony is gonna back out and like kind of discontinue PlayStation Now and trying to do their own kind of subscription thing? Which, don't get me wrong, me and my brother are PlayStation Now subscribers because it comes in handy once in a while. Yeah.
Like, same thing with Game Pass. Oh my god, Yakuza, I don't know what is on there.
It's funny that you've been
Dragon Dexter's on there or whatever.
It's funny you bring it up. I started playing Yakuza like a couple of months ago. Now he's playing it. We found out they took some of them off, but there's still, I think, 4 and 5 still on it. Right. So who cares? You're like, okay, 4 and 5, I don't have to fucking go ahead and buy it.
Game Pass has helped me discover games I didn't think I'd play.
Right.
I'll be honest. And Game Pass has also helped me discover games where I thought I was going to buy, and I paid it and it was not what I thought.
It's like a digital blockbuster.
In a way, Game Pass has saved me from spending money, which you'd think that a subscription service would want you to pay more money.
Right.
Outriders was a game that I was looking forward to a lot. When I got to play it on Game Pass, I was kind of just like...
How much do you pay?
For Game Pass?
Yeah.
$15 a month. There's like...
There's a 30 one.
Yeah, if you buy in bulk, you save money.
It's less because the thing is, I feel like the 30 they charge you less. Obviously, the 15, I'm assuming it's every month 15, and then maybe the 30 is
it's like every other
once a year. I don't know.
But that's not bad.
Like, it's your typical.
You're saving yourself. Let's say you buy yourself 2 games out of the month.
Yeah, remember I used to pay for Xbox Live $10 a month. But if you buy the full year, you pay $60.
Do they still have live? I don't know. It's been forever.
No, it's if you have Game Pass, it covers everything.
It covers everything.
Everything.
Yeah.
But they made a lot of games where you don't have to have live to play anymore, like Warzone, Fortnite.
Right, that's what they're doing.
A lot of the battle royale games you don't.
Which was the right move because Sony, you didn't need a membership to play some of those games for a while now.
Yeah.
Right.
Xbox jumped on that way too late.
Yeah.
But they did, but still.
Yeah.
Don't be greedy.
No, right. You give me your take.
What do you guys think? What should Sony do? What do you guys think now? What a lot of people are saying Sony's in hot water. A lot of people are saying that they're trampled, like they're fucked.
I don't think they are.
A lot of people think that it's literally curtains for Sony, and
Definitely not. No. I'll let you go.
Okay. Definitely not. No. They're still sending PlayStations. What the fucking ones do?
yeah.
They're
Even PS4 is still selling.
I hate to even use this as an example. I was on TikTok eating shit and yeah.
I can't believe it.
Oh, possibility. Someone who works at a GameStop, some other state, I don't remember.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I love how people shit on Sony and PlayStation, yet I have no PS5s in the back, and yet she opens the door and you have a fucking Series X in the back and shit.
Yeah, the Series X sells,
So, like,
but I feel like it takes a little bit longer
I'm not
to sell.
saying like, oh, Microsoft trash. I'm saying like, people are
They just sell.
trying to get a PlayStation first before they get an Xbox.
Right.
Yes.
And they're sending more. So it's going back to the topic, if Sony is in hot water, no.
Mm-hmm.
They're sending fucking up the ass consoles, and they're like not slacking. Don't use the wrong term. Is that they have no resources to make more.
Right.
So they're deciding, and I read this. I don't
To keep on with the PlayStation 4s.
Right, there it is.
And people were saying,
it's exactly
that because Microsoft had discontinued the Xbox One already, that, you see, I don't know why Sony is not. But then it's kind of like, it's fine that they're selling PS4s because not a lot of people can afford a PS5
Right.
So
or an Xbox Series X.
there's an argument to be made with both points. Both points is they discontinued the Xbox One X, so you can focus more on the future.
Right.
PlayStation's still doing PS4s because it's still selling incredibly well.
Yeah.
For the people that cannot get a PS5, which is me,
Because it's sold out.
I can't get a goddamn
Or-
PS5.
Well, not even fucking bots,
But it's fine.
that's
I
besides.
also refuse to pay anything more in retail. I'm not paying.
No.
Right.
$7
No, me
$8.
neither. Not even me. And I'm a Sony
You must be
fanboy.
like a madman.
I would never pay over $500. Absolutely
No
not.
way. No.
To answer your question about Sony being hot water, absolutely not. I say it because even with all these acquisitions, Sony is still projected to sell more consoles this year
Yeah, I read that.
by Forbes and Business and everything like that.
Right.
Granted,
And the stock went down. The stock went down for Sony for
But that's normal. That's going to be like
January.
same thing for like if Facebook does this, maybe another popular social media or something like that. That's just an example. With Facebook owns Instagram, shit like that. But that's going to be normal. Sony stock will come right back up. People still play PlayStation. People still watch Sony movies. The reason Sony doesn't want to go with Spider-Man, right? It's more than just the movies.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. They have Spider-Man under their belt. They should not. They can't lose that. That is for sure.
they're not in hot water. They still have plenty of exclusives. They have a really good system, very good console, very powerful. Their online's gotten a lot better now. It used to be whatever at one point, but it's super stable now. It's great. It's a lot of fun.
They jumped late on the whole subscription, like paying for the.
Yeah, but that doesn't even matter. The biggest thing and why I say Sony will always be successful with the PlayStations also is the market that they have in Japan and in other countries.
And I feel like they're very.
more.
Someone said that
PlayStation over there.
Microsoft goes for, and I guess it's not a bad thing, but they go for quantity, while Sony, people go, why don't they just start buying a bunch of shit? Number one, they don't have the money for it, and number two, they're very particular. Like, look at Last of Us, look at Uncharted, look at like Horizon, God of War. They're very. I don't know how to say it, but artsy. Like they want good quality. They don't want to just start buying random shit. They want to invest their money on a lot of stuff. Again, that's like single player campaign, and you can argue like, oh, it's already been proven 100 times over that it makes more sometimes than a multiplayer game. So they focus on quality a lot, and that's the reason why I like Sony, even though. But now it's on PC. Whatever. Yes, a lot of their exclusives are on PC. That's fine. Whatever.
By the way, that's proven to make them money now.
Oh yeah.
Because God of War had a huge launch.
Yes.
Right.
So it's fine.
Yeah. Yep. So it's like it's great.
So they still make their money even if it is on PC.
Absolutely.
Like there's this stigma where it's like, oh, it's on PC, you know, like they're Fox, and I'm like, what are you?
Which is
talking
also
about?
another reason why I think Microsoft will never go exclusive with Call of Duty. There's too much money to lose. Way too much.
Activision doesn't want to lose that money either. They're like, hey, I want to put my shit to get more money. You know what I mean?
Microsoft may be filthy rich, money that we'll never be able to fathom ourselves. But one thing a rich person never says no to is more money.
More money. So I have a question of like, I know I've said this already, but do you really think, besides Call of Duty, everything else that Activision does is only going to be Xbox?
No. Look, when you throw that much money at a certain company, it's not to keep releasing games for your competitors as well. While there is money to be made there, Microsoft didn't buy Bethesda to keep making Skyrim and Elder Scrolls for other consoles. No. Mm-hmm. They bought it so they could bring Starfield and Elder Scrolls to their console. Mm-hmm. It is what it is. Mm-hmm. It's to grow their own thing. You don't buy a company for billions of dollars to just keep doing business as it is. Right. Their business needs to change. Blizzard needs to change. So does Activision. I believe that certain titles like Call of Duty will remain multi-platform. Mm-hmm. But maybe you're going to get stuff like Crash or Spyro.
Xbox exclusive.
Stuff like that. Yeah. Maybe stuff like Guitar Hero won't be.
Hopefully not, if you do decide to revive it, because it will suck, unfortunately.
Yeah. So,
for a party game like that, like fuck, I have to get...
I don't know about, Overwatch, StarCraft, Diablo.
I think StarCraft will probably stay exclusive to PC. I don't see it going to...
Yeah, that's true. I'm not even sure why I brought StarCraft. Yeah.
But it's good to know. But
it'll be on Game Pass PC.
Yes. Okay, yes.
But Overwatch, I don't know. It's a good question. I could wholeheartedly probably say Call of Duty will remain multi-platform.
Yeah, because a lot of people are like, oh my god, Call of Duty's only going to be on Xbox. They're fucked.
No.
I personally wouldn't care.
I don't care.
No, but when we're talking about the average gamer.
But I know. But like,
we're not that's why the average gamers. No. Chances are the people who listen to this are not. Yeah. The average gamer would be the person who clocks in on 9 to 5, comes home, plays Warzone.
Warzone 2K.
Look, nothing wrong with games. You play what you want. Yeah. But most people are going to know what Call of Duty is. Right. My mom knows what Call of Duty is. Same thing. She knows Pokemon. She knows Mario. I think that's it, actually. I'll be honest with you. Yeah. Nintendo has those recognizable mascots. So I'll give you that. The Pikachus and the Marios. But yeah, no. Definitely. I think they will come out and hopefully maybe try new IPs. Scale down.
At the end of the day, they need new IPs too, man. 100%. Because while Halo and Gears of War can carry them, I think there might be a point where they just start declining in quality and they need new IPs. They need refreshing things because look at Sony, that new near looking third birthday, yo no sé qué cuánto, with the Amanda game with the Chinese girl just like the Amanda game. It's a running joke between us. It's how do you explain an Amanda game?
I can't say it.
Wow, you just say it.
Know.
Like you just know.
You'll look at it, and if it looks like any sad, sappy anime movie that you'd watch in the movie, just like Your Life in April or Weathering with You, it's an anime.
Oh my god!
If it has to do with a dramatic
or drama,
like a story-driven game where it's an antagonist or your protagonist who is maybe is gender fluid or something, they're going through it, or they're having trouble with their parents and their family, and they rely on their friends for power.
Right. It's an event. But you
Life is Strange.
Life is Strange, Kingdom Hearts. I think the game that we just talked about. I forgot his name already.
Which one?
Kenna.
Tell me why.
Yes. Kenna. Right.
Oh, Kenna. Yeah, Kenna. Like it's just an Amanda game. It brought me in, and I'm like, whoa, what the hell is this? Like, it's new, so I'm interested.
Yeah.
So I feel like Microsoft. I'm not only saying on Microsoft, but the other studios have to put like a new IP or something, to drive in even more people.
Do you guys you remember what the hell was the last new IP
for Microsoft?
Yeah. Well, Activision.
Oh, for Activision.
Yeah. No, Microsoft. Well,
Microsoft has it here and there. They've just been like whatever launches. They've been like decent, above average, let's say. Like Sea of Thieves started as a pretty whatever launch, and it ended up being great later on. There's some games that have done that. Not
No
many
Man's
do that.
Sky. No Man's
No Man's
Sky.
Sky.
No Man's
Is the
Sky.
one I was thinking of.
Even though I wouldn't.
But Activision's newest IP, would it be Sekiro? Would it be?
I don't remember.
I don't know. Off the top of my head, I can't think of it.
Microsoft, it's been a hot minute, in my opinion. I just can't think. Obviously, I'm not talking about new installments of current series. I mean, it's just a brand new IP, something huge that's done well. Not to say that Halo and Gears of War and then all their other stuff can't carry Microsoft. I just feel at some point it's almost got to give. You know what I mean? Like God of War. It's not going to have another game. This is the last.
Yeah, which is funny you say that.
It's kind of like, I feel like it should end while it's in its high.
Yeah.
You get
Which
me?
is the director's name. He's not the director in this one. He stepped down.
Right.
He's still in the game, but he's not the director of it.
Right.
He said like when they were interviewing him for when they announced Ragnarok, he's like, yeah, God of War, the original one, we saw as a trilogy because like we knew it could go that far. With this one, it can only go to a certain extent. You can't like you said, you're high. You don't want to fucking just muck it. Like, especially like how high God of War has been, bro. Like it's like that game. I played it late,
but still, it's a great game, right? You enjoyed it.
I was like, why did it take this long to fucking play this game?
And me, I used to be that person. Just beat the horse until it's freaking dead. Like keep releasing, and yeah, I mean, I have to admit,
how many final of these fantasies?
They're gonna be.
You know, Final Fantasy has been in its super highest, and then it just bombs, and then it goes straight, and then it goes high for a little bit, and then it bombs. While I defend Square with my life. You know, I agree that there's been.
I have a friend watching One Piece. I'm sorry.
Wow.
Fucking awesome.
Great anime, by the way.
Okay.
You know, it's had its highs and its lows, and I've accepted that. You know, not every game is a hit. A lot of games are misses. A lot of games are mid. But that is one franchise that I will beat the dead horse on it. But speaking of like other ones, like Last of Us.
I'm looking at like the wiki for Activision as like noticeable games, and the last one is Sekiro.
Yeah, it won Game of the Year. It won Game of the Year. And,
great game.
Again, it's from software, but yes, it is published by Activision. Do you see? This is another thing. Do you see Sony acquiring something like EA? Everyone's saying that they should buy EA.
Fuck no.
I don't like EA.
No.
Personally, I don't think they should buy EA.
Well,
no, EA is another company that stands to make a lot of money releasing the games multi-platform. Madden.
The sports games, yeah.
They currently have their Star Wars games
which they just announced 3 from Respawn.
from Respawn.
I thought they lost.
No.
I thought Disney was looking for other developers.
Right, that's what it was. And who made? Oh, it was EA. But Respawn, even though EA owns it,
Right.
Respawn did fucking good with Fallen Order, which out of the 3, one of them is the sequel, which is what they announced.
Oh yeah, the sequel.
I think it was
Yeah.
last week or 2 days ago. I'm not sure. I don't remember. I know it's been recent. And no, EA, like Ariel said, no, they stand to be multi-platform.
Yeah.
Just right there.
I mean, I think so.
I think you just saw it.
Oh my god, I forgot.
Yeah, also. Which the head is one of the Call of Duty guys.
Titanfall, obviously. I had like a brain fart, but that's.
Yeah, I think one of the head. I think the president is one of the Call of Duty guys.
So you don't think that Sony would acquire like EA?
And if they were to acquire a studio, I'll go back to what Ariel said. I'll go with Square Enix because of the deep history they have.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not Square, it will be Capcom.
You know, just about to mention that. Yeah, Capcom would probably be a good one.
Yeah.
You know,
even from software, can you imagine
I see that one.
You know, while I'm not a fan of the Souls games, I recognize that it has a huge fan base. Look at Elden Ring; everyone's going crazy for Elden Ring. Can you imagine if that was only like those type of games were only?
I see it being
because they have the company who made the Demon Souls remake for the PS5. They acquired them, but imagine another Bloodborne that everyone's been going crazy for, another type of Souls game like Dark Souls 5 or something like that.
Even though he said he wouldn't go back for the Souls, but he can do like you said,
another Sekiro, like another type of Sekiro. I mean,
right, because Activision owns it. They could do Bloodborne 2.
Like I could see Sony having that in their pool,
especially the the Soul style game has been popular the last like few years.
You know what?
Sekiro won Game of the Year when it was released.
A rumor that would always spin around E3, that was always consistently spin around, was Sega. Sega would always be in the Microsoft radar for acquisitions. And I've always wondered how interesting would that be. Sega used to be a big player in the console game.
That's right.
And it's funny.
Game Pass.
If I'm remembering this correctly, I think it was it the Dreamcast or was it Genesis? It was like when I believe the Super Nintendo was coming out, and it was really Nintendo and Sega. Those were the two giants. You know, obviously Microsoft and Sony weren't.
The Netflix documentary?
That was great. The video game one?
The video game one.
Yes. Fantastic.
No?
Which one?
I can tell you right now what I'm doing this.
High Score.
I've seen some.
Very good. That's a very good one.
I've seen some episodes of it. I know what you're talking about now. Like it's like a video game.
It highlighted exactly what you were saying.
I don't know. I think it was the Genesis that ended up not killing them, but it just didn't sell as much as Nintendo because of all of the, while they had Sonic, they had Mario, they had other stuff like I'm trying to put on the top of my head like Star Fox or Metroid. They had like a bunch of huge games that became huge IPs now, and then they ended up falling off and say, you know what, we're not even going to do consoles. We're going to focus on video games, which software, which is great. You think that like Microsoft would buy Sega next if they could?
Honestly,
that'd be crazy.
Nothing would surprise me anymore because when I woke up to the news of that,
that Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, I was literally scrolling through Twitter. Somebody retweeted some animals, and here's your horoscope thing. Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard for $70 billion, and I'm like, hold on a second, hold up, wait a minute,
what?
And I was just shocked. I was shocked because I was literally playing Overwatch the night before. Not sure why, because it's still huge toxic mess with no new content. And
I'm sorry. Whoever still enjoys this, we're not.
We used to play a lot because we play with each other.
You can enjoy it.
Enjoy what you want.
Yes, enjoy what you want. Don't let us. But that's our opinion. Like,
it's tough.
It's tough. I barely have the time to play video games anymore. So when I get on, I don't want people. To
Overall, our thoughts on.
Yeah.
I mean, how about this? What do you think this means for the future of gaming?
I know a lot of people right now are in a panic because, like, one, it's such a large fucking amount of money. I don't know.
And a lot of studios.
A lot of that accusation alone. It's just I hate how people are like, oh, but Call of Duty. Think about the other games though. It could be a good and a bad thing though. Like this can help reignite some of the franchises like that have been fucking stuck on storage. What we talked about earlier, Guitar Hero. Come on.
This could be a good thing for Overwatch.
Reopen Harmonix. Like fucking, I don't even think if they went on.
No, Harmonix is Rockman.
Rockman, sorry.
No, you're good.
What was I forgot
Guitar Hero. DJ Hero. Band
I forgot their.
I don't know. Raven. It was Raven.
Was it Raven?
Software, yeah.
Shit, dude. Fuck, look at that. If it is Raven.
It's gonna be interesting.
Yep.
I have no word.
Wow.
I have no word but interesting.
Well, bring them back.
I want to see what Sony does with their quote unquote Game Pass resolution.
That's the other thing. I don't mean to cut you off. It's just I think going back to that, I don't think they're gonna discontinue it. There's no need. Their PlayStation Now is doing fine. I don't think they're losing numbers. Yeah, it's $50 a year, bro. Who fucking cares?
You pay $60 for freaking Live before and for PlayStation Plus for a year. So
whatever.
It's
like, it's worth.
Or you could do. I think there's a $24.99 version of PS Now.
Yeah.
I mean, PS Now.
PlayStation Now.
Yeah, PS Now.
So like, I don't think it's gonna affect it in any way now. Just right now, people are in a panic mode.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, Picard, blah.
And Blizzard, oh my lord.
Those are gonna be fine. It's like fucking passing it to someone else. So you're literally not doing anything.
Yeah. I think while Bethesda might do all exclusive, I think Activision for certain games will still be multi-platform. Just maybe new IPs would come out.
Yeah.
Are gonna be exclusive. Call of Duty, like Ariel said, I don't think that's gonna be only Microsoft. I think that's still going to be multi-platform. Yeah. And I have no word again, but interesting. I want to see what Sony does with what's their next move? What is their Game Pass solution? And are they gonna buy certain other publishers or developers, Square Enix, Capcom? If they buy Bandai Namco,
I see them if they do want to buy. I know we keep leaving them out of the talk, but if they really want to buy a studio, I would just go ahead and buy Namco.
Yeah.
Because
or even from software again.
Yeah, like you're gonna buy pretty much all. That's the anime studio, quote unquote.
Yeah, and anime's booming.
Right, anime's mainstream now. You're gonna have a bunch of fucking weebs.
You know what's included? Bungie.
You think so?
Oh, okay.
I'm looking at you.
I got thrown a joke.
Can you imagine Halo on PlayStation?
No, Bungie is Destiny.
Bungie is Destiny now.
343.
343 sucks cock, alright?
They're the ones that make Halo now.
They suck cock.
This Halo's good.
Halo 4 sucked balls.
I'm leaving this.
They made Cortana some evil AI shit.
Correct.
They completely changed everything. Friggin' Halo 5, I heard wasn't even that good either. Like,
no, not bad. Again, I'm a multiplayer person.
It's mid.
I can't tell you anything about the campaign, so I just jump into the multiplayer, the competitive. So this Halo Infinite was great. There's a lot of few bad things about it, but it's not gameplay wise.
No, gameplay wise, no.
But that's not even.
When we were, that's
not even
here.
It's not even for this episode. No. But as far as the future of gaming,
we had a conversation with that one already.
Yeah. As far as the future of gaming, I think people still forget that we're still in a pandemic, and this pandemic affects us all, including the gaming industry.
Yeah.
If you're looking at games that are coming out soon, a lot of them will be pushed back.
You're right.
Pushed back, and the games that are not being pushed back and then released are met with a lot of controversy. A lot of, this game should have been delayed, or where's this, or where's that? Or, don't worry, they announced the DLC before the game is even out. Mm-hmm. That's crazy to me. Yeah. It's like, what the hell? You're looking to make more money before games even out.
Right.
You look at games like Cyberpunk, was delayed a bunch of times. Or you look at games like coming out this year. There's reports that the new Harry Potter game was going to be delayed. Apparently, it's not.
That's what I heard.
Dying Light 2 got delayed a lot. It's going to come out
next week, I think.
In a week or two. February 4th.
Yeah, next week.
So that's big. It's another game I want to. Yeah, I think it's exciting. I don't think Sony should do anything drastic. I think they're on the right path anyways.
They should just focus on quality, not quantity, in my opinion. Again, just do what you've been doing, making IPs like God of War, Uncharted, Last of Us. I think if they do buy anyone, it should be a developer that makes sense for them, and they have a big franchise that would put them up, not down.
Right,
That's my opinion. Again, i.e. Square or From Software, Capcom, Bandai Namco would also make sense. Kojima Productions would also make sense. I don't know about you, Maz. What do you think with Sony?
It's like I said earlier already. It's like I don't think they have to change much. Honestly, they're doing fine as it is. I don't think they should change their PlayStation now. Like I'm saying this because I'm a subscriber, but I'm not saying it because I am one. Mm-hmm. It's just I think it's fine.
Yeah,
they're adding games.
It's not amazing, but it's not terrible.
Right, and it's not like
it does what it does.
It does the job exactly.
Yeah,
it's like what Ariel said earlier with Game Passes. Mm-hmm. It's been there that I could test certain games that I've been thinking of buying maybe on sale, and I didn't like it. I tried it on PlayStation Now. I almost said Game Pass. PlayStation Now, and that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I think if you're a fan of video games, this is an exciting time.
Right.
I don't actually think there's a console war. Mm-hmm. I think the purchase of all this proves that there isn't.
I think console wars are dead.
I think so. Twitter says otherwise.
Yeah.
If you go on any thread,
anywhere.
Yeah. Oh, PS better. Oh, Xbox is Game Pass. Oh, this is that. I don't care as long as that whatever I choose to play is something that I enjoy.
Exactly.
That's it. At the end of the day, I want a PlayStation 5 very bad. I want to play the new Spider-Mans. I want Horizon. Huge fan of Horizon. I love my Xbox. That's all my friends from my old days, from high school, from my old jobs. It's a way that we use to connect. I love my Switch because I get to play Pokemon, Mario Party, all these games, especially with you guys. So video games I see as a medium that brings us together. Also gets us to argue, especially when she kicks my ass in Smash every now and then.
That's me with PlayStation. I've been a PlayStation girl all my life. It was not my first console, but it was my first console that I got for myself. Because my first console was the Super Nintendo NES. My brother had both, and the PlayStation, it was one of those consoles where it was mine. I didn't have to share it. So PlayStation is very close to my heart, especially with a lot of games that I first played on PlayStation or that they were or are exclusive. As far as staying friends, a lot of my friends had PlayStation, so I didn't have that problem of, oh my god, all my friends are on Xbox. And even then, all my friends are on Xbox. You know what? I really only play single player games, and Sony kills it at that. So that's why I lean more towards Sony. Not that I'm saying that I hate Xbox or they should burn to the ground. I have no need for it. Although, yeah, I do, but I just think Sony's a special place in my heart, just like how Xbox is for you. And I'll play multiplayer if it's with you guys. I don't seek multiplayer. You know, I'm very campaign story driven.
But I like Sony a lot too. I don't wish
you barely play on your PlayStation.
I like the Sony games. I like the properties that they own. I love the movies.
Like kind of going to that for a second, like not only that, Sony kind of thrives also on JRPGs.
Yeah, that's my element.
Unfortunately, you barely see that on Xbox.
And it's just
while it does, that's the one thing. I mean, I could play it on PC.
Which is another great thing, which is what
they're getting more JRPGs, but I want to say the JRPGs are just better experienced on PlayStation. I don't know what it is.
What were you gonna say?
Cross-platform should be for everybody.
Speaking of that, before we close up, how do you guys feel? I've loved cross-platform. I fucking played it with you the other day. I never thought in a million years it would fucking have happened.
But you know what?
That was phenomenal.
I do see.
We played it with Danny the other day.
I lean with cross-platform. I think it should be just with every game at this point. But I also see why, like Sony's very reluctant on cross-platform. It is an archaic way of thinking. But I can see where it's like they want to make money. At the end of the day, as much as I defend Sony or even Nintendo or Microsoft, they just want fucking money. And if I'm Sony, but if I'm Sony, I want you to buy my console. I don't want you to buy Nintendo. I don't want you to buy.
But you think that cross-platform would do that? Because I feel like if
I see it because the thing is, I think of it like that because it's like, oh, if it's cross-platform, fuck it, I'll just get an Xbox because let's say Xbox is on sale that day. You get an Xbox because it's cheaper. Like if I'm Sony, I want to be like this is how I'm thinking as an executive. I want you to buy my console. That's why I don't want to make it cross-platform. That I'm trying to see it as a grubby, sleazy corporate. You know what I mean? Yeah. I think it should be cross-platform for all games, but I can see why Sony's very. I don't agree with it, but I could see why they're selfish. They want you to buy their console.
Yeah, well, screw them.
I mean, yeah, but I agree.
The business people, not
the actual,
not the game.
Yeah.
Right.
We're winning at the end of the day.
Yes. Real quick before sign off, I wanted to thank you guys for bringing me on. This was nothing but a blast, but a pleasure. It was great. Love talking about this with friends on camera, on audio. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Guys, please keep checking out this podcast. This is an amazing podcast with two very genuine people who continue to bring you the latest, the greatest, and some of the funnest stuff you ever hear out there. So thank you again, Zephyr and Moss.
I appreciate that. Obviously, you're our friend, so people would say, "Oh, you're a friend," but I appreciate feedback that we get from you, from everyone else in the group.
You know that I've been one of the more critical ones.
Yeah, which
for sure.
Thankfully, I could two off the top of my head, and you're one of them.
But it always come from a good place.
And a good place,
you guys.
No, and I me who mostly does like the back stuff. I really appreciate that, like 100%. You're like I said, you're one of the two off the top of my head. I can tell you right now. He's very critical and gives us advice on what we should do. And actually, 3. Because I forgot that other person. She'll kick my ass if I.
Hi, Steph. She's hearing it.
She's hearing it.
Yeah. But I guess signing off.
Yeah. If you want to see more of Ariel on the cast, don't worry, he will be back. We'll bring him on more.
I don't know how much in the future, but we're gonna talk about one of my favorite animes soon.
Yes.
I don't watch a lot of animes, but if you know me, never mind, it's right there. For the people hearing it, you won't know what it is.
Yeah.
But if you know me, then you'll know. I only watch like 5 or 6, so.
Yeah. Which is not bad. It's
you wanna?
I'll increase it because you kind of got me interested in JJK. So. Just watching it.
Yeah.
It was cool. It was cool fighting.
Best friend.
Let's go, bro.
I like that guy.
That's my favorite.
Yeah, it's cool.
That's my favorite new gen.
There you go.
My favorite.
So I'll check it out. Again, thank you guys.
No, thank you, dude.
Absolutely. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, the Two Odd Otakus, Twitter. We do have our Discord link on Twitter and on Instagram. And please, guys, don't forget to like and comment on not only today's episodes, but future episodes.
Also, comment on iTunes, 5-star rating, Spotify now.
Yeah.
Please.
If you like it, 5 stars.
Yes.
5 stars.
If you don't follow them, I'll find you and follow you.
Oh.
I am 6'2", close to 300, and a little less now. I'm a big guy. So, don't make this awkward.
Do you want to plug in your gamer tag or something?
No, I don't want nobody to find me.
No.
But
Some people you'll
hear me again.
That's why. Alright, this is Maz, Zeph, our buddy Ariel. You're listening to the Two Odd Otakus. If you're watching us, thank you for watching our first video episode. It's not the greatest, but I hope to improve with the back and stuff and stuff.
Green screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
We should do like a big no!
Oh no!
The Two Odd Otakus signing off. We love you. Peace. Much love.